what's today? Saturday. Um, Saturday the 14th of August, 2021. It's day 25 post-surgery TIF and Hiatal Hernia repair. Um, Yesterday I mentioned the doctors had said to go back to a liquid diet because of the symptoms, the recurring symptoms I was having. So I did. It's not been a full 2 days yet. I'll still eat a little bit later, but I don't know if I call it eating again because it's a liquid diet. So drinking and or whatnot. So I was back to the mashed potato, instant mashed potatoes, and very liquefied chicken noodle soup. Um, I mentioned I think I was on day 3 or 4 or something like that it wasn't that bad. Um, you can only take so much of it. And again, the reason I did this procedure is because I wanted to get rid of the symptoms, but I also just wanted to be normal and I like to eat food, and I didn't want to have some random foods just cause me symptoms. So it's been hard. Again, going backwards. Anyway, so I'd have, and the symptoms haven't gotten better. So I think they're wrong. That it'll go backwards, and again, hate saying doctors guess based on my symptoms. Oh, this is what we think we should do, and based on this, and so on and so forth. Try this because they don't know, and so, medicine is not an exact science. So, I don't notice symptoms when I eat the slop, when I eat the liquid foods and liquid liquid chicken noodle soup in the blender, very liquid. I mean, you could drink it from a cup, and then mashed potatoes and mix that together, instant mashed potatoes, and make it kind of a mixture. Um, it's not horrible, but it's not, again, after as many days as I had it. I don't know that I'll ever have mashed potatoes again when this is over. I just got done eating it, and I don't feel satisfied or anything like that at all. Especially having gone from eggs, ground turkey, cottage cheese, all that stuff to back to that. So I had that, and then had some ice cream. Some people are like, oh, great ice cream. I don't, like I said before, I don't like it. I really just don't. It's not my favorite thing. I'll have pudding. So it's just been very hard for me. So if you like that stuff, you're gonna be fine. But if you don't, like me, it's rough. So anyway, I'm back to that, and I haven't noticed a change in my symptoms really. I still get the water brash, but I don't. It's weird that I woke up this morning and I felt better, but then as soon as I started drinking water, I started having the symptoms again. I was a little emotional this morning, and waking up and having the slop. Liquid diet foods was tough, and tears and that stuff, and I still wonder if all this is related to I have a deviated septum, and this, not to gross anybody out, the snot and the phlegm and the stuff like that's here gets in the throat, and is that what's making me nauseous? More so, is that what's making me have what? That doesn't make any sense to me, but I don't know. I'm not the expert. I just want the experts to find the problem and fix it. I thought that's what I was doing with the surgery, but so water brash, sour taste. The water tastes really, really, really sour today. Um, I go through bouts, where I'm just drinking water and don't notice a problem, and then randomly I'm like, oh yeah. But today, like even little sips, to the point where I haven't drank that much water today because it's that disgusting. Um, Most of the time, something that has a flavor like Gatorade or flavored fruit juice, like white grape juice, I think is what's on my list. I have it in the fridge, but I think it's on the list of things you can drink. Fruit juice. There's other fruit juices you can drink, Diet Apple or whatever. Gatorade usually is okay, and I could drink it, and the taste of the Gatorade overpowers the taste of the waters, the not water brush and the sour taste. But even Gatorade is not tasting very good. It's like, yuck. And right now I have some getting water brash. I feel like I want to spit. I won't spit while I'm recording the video, but I feel like I want to, like you're spitting a tobacco chew. That's what it feels like. And just bubbly. Sometimes it's bubbly. Sometimes it's just straight, water, saliva, and I just want to get it out. So there I did. Paused. And again, I'm not sure, but the more water I drink, I swallow that saliva, swallow that water brash, because it tastes so sour. As it goes down and it gets there, it makes me nauseous. The more I spit, the drier my mouth is, the more I feel like I'm not having symptoms. But I like to drink water, especially where I am. Water's, the mountains are there. It's not having to go through all these plants and filtration. It's good water. I mean, it goes through its processing, sure, so it's drinkable in this country. Lucky in this country. But I like to drink water, but not now. I dread drinking water. That's how bad the water brash and the sour taste is. It's just thinking about it. Usually cough drops would help me too. I suck on a cough drop, and the taste of the cough drop would drown out the water brash, the sour. And that was a lifesaver. It's been a lifesaver the last year, just to have a cough drop all the time when I have that symptom, or even nausea, just to get the taste out of my mouth, and it keeps it at bay, just arm's length away. But not anymore. Even the cough drop, anything that I swallow that's not thick, like this chicken noodle soup and mashed potatoes, or something I'd eat, potato soup, protein shake, anything that's not thick and strong, just doesn't taste good. And cough drops, Gatorade. I haven't tried the fruit juice. I forget that it's in there, but that hasn't done it. And here comes some bluntness. If you don't want to listen to me being blunt, then turn away now. But for bowel movements, prune juice, I can't. Anybody who's had prune juice before, it doesn't taste very good, in my opinion. It's just disgusting. Is it as disgusting as the sour water brash taste? Perhaps not. But if I'm already nauseous, then I don't want to make myself more nauseous by having prune juice. So, but I worry I'm not drinking enough water, and I have had some trouble. Long story short, I need to drink some prune juice, but I just don't. It's just I want to make myself more nauseous, so I haven't. But I've taken some magnesium, the liquid Calm. It's powder, but you mix it, and that kind of stuff. So, and I'm pretty positive. I was having a lot more magnesium than I am now before the surgery, with supplements and things like that, protein shakes and other supplements I was taking. I was getting a lot more magnesium, so because that's what I thought. Well, maybe it's the magnesium that was bothering me, but I didn't start that until I think Tuesday, and I started having symptoms of nausea and stuff like that on Monday. So, it was a day late for that to happen. I don't know. What are they going to do next? I don't know. I mean, that's the esophagram, I think, is next. But it's very, again, disheartening, because I am having some, continued symptoms and worsening of symptoms. And, before against the procedure, I'd have days where it was pretty bad. But again, I'd have a cough drop and I'd be okay. And I'd just drink water, and water was fine. It was just random. Sometimes water would just taste gross. And now it's just every sip of water I take, I dread, because I know it's just going to, yuck. And cough drops don't work, and Gatorade doesn't work. Something with a taste hasn't worked. I'll try the fruit juice, but I'm assuming that's not going to work. It's the grape, something or another, white grape or whatever. So, but again, it hasn't been after I ate. It's been after I drink water. And I think partially it's mental. With water brash, you start thinking about it more often, and then the water brash starts having more. You get more saliva, and then I'm hungry. I'm not eating what I want. I'm not eating the quantity that I want. I just got done eating, and let's call it, again, back on a week 2 liquid diet, maybe a little bit more than it should have been, but let's call it 3/4 of a cup instead of maybe a half a cup. But I'm still hungry. I mean, if I was just healed miraculously right now, I could go in and eat, whatever I wanted to eat. I'd love some chips or pretzels, pistachios, peanuts, something crunchy, something I can chew. I'd go make myself a couple eggs, and I'd love to have eggs and ground turkey again. Um, I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm not sure if I'm gonna go back tomorrow to that diet, the soft diet with eggs and turkey and cottage cheese, or if I am going to um, continue with this liquid diet until I can get a hold of the doctors on Monday. But it's not working, so and that I'd be fearful of them telling me to continue a liquid diet, because again, for me, I want to heal and I want to do what they're telling me, but it's sheesh, it's hard. It's very, very hard to do this and eat this way when I know there's complications and things like that, and something could happen. There's a roadblock, and hopefully it's not a big one. But to go backwards and to have to eat this, it's just it's very depressing. I mentioned in my last video, I'm really, really, really fighting some pretty bad depression right now, because this was supposed to help me, not make things worse. It's not supposed to continue. I'll be a month out, 28 days on Tuesday. Today's Saturday. So in 3 days, less than 3 days. So I don't know. It sucks. It really sucks. So I don't know. I'll send a message. Maybe I'll send a message later on in the evening tomorrow, so the doctor, nurses, whomever, somebody can see it as quick as they can on Monday. Maybe I'll call on Monday morning too, and just be like, this isn't working. I can't tolerate this. I'm gonna eat the soft diet unless you guys think it's gonna be a problem, like a major problem. I can't. I need eggs or turkey. I need something different. I just can't. I can't do it. It's just too mentally. I don't know if I can. I can if they said, Frank, if you don't do what you need to do with this diet, then you're going to cause more damage, and so on and so forth. Okay, fine. That would be guessing, though. I know they'd be guessing. So, but we'll see. And anyway, so the medication, I think I mentioned yesterday, they haven't gotten me because, like I said, I think the doctor didn't tell the pharmacy. One pharmacy said they couldn't make it. The other pharmacy that could make it apparently didn't get the right ratio. The lidocaine, Benadryl, and Maalox, or whatever it was. I guess you think it equal parts of 3, the third, to equal the whole or whatnot. But that's not what I was understood, and no one's called, so I could have called the pharmacy. I don't know if they're still open. Perhaps they are, but maybe not by now on a Saturday. But I don't have that to take to see if it helps me. So I'm guessing I'm waiting until probably Monday morning to take it. I think 4 times a day I could take it or something. Like I said before, it sounds like it kicks in fast within 5 to 10 minutes of eating. And I don't remember if he said to take it before or after. Anyway, I don't have it to try. No update on that. But again, update, continued symptoms, worsening of symptoms. Water brash is worse than it's been. I don't remember water brash being this bad, even before surgery. And again, it seems like it's all tied to the water brash, the nausea and the sour taste, because, that's, the water brash, the saliva's yuck. Get too much of it, sour, and nausea. And then, like I said, some other stuff, with phlegm and stuff up here, and even my gallbladder. I have sludge. I hinted at this many weeks ago now with, they tested my gallbladder and they said nothing was wrong and that I didn't need to have surgery, kind of a thing. But I did have sludge, same as before. but it wasn't worsening. It wasn't like I had a stone or something like that. And I know other people, like my boss, had gallstones and, excuse me, just sludge, no stones, but she couldn't keep anything down. So, okay, I don't have that. I've never vomited throughout this whole time. But, nausea, bad. So, it's, I still wonder, my gallbladder need to come too. I mean, the one surgeon was hinting at, oh, we'll just take your gallbladder too, but, again, they don't find anything objective. You don't need to take it. Okay. But it would save me another surgery if I do need to take it out. I don't know. I mean, they're supposed to tell me what's next. Gallbladder. I mean, I know that's what's next. They're going to do the esophagram. I think there's two things that they're going to discover. One is nothing's wrong. Surgery did well. There's nothing ripped. A stitch didn't pop. I don't have another hernia again. It's holding. I healed. I'm fine. Or I still have a ways to heal, but nothing popped back up. The TIF held. It didn't unfold itself. The sutures held, and the scar tissue is working. It's binding together. Because they said scar tissue and inflammation are what they're counting on to get the TIF to make the new valve and hold, and not rip the sutures or whatever it is that they do. And that, again, I think I mentioned before, are not as strong as a stitch. It's not a stitch. It's something that's very weak, it sounds like. And you really have to baby it. So hopefully scar tissue, and that's what the doctor said. He thinks absent of a fever, I don't think you did any damage. I don't have a fever. I have the thermometer. I checked. No fever. But I still probably could have some damage and not know. And I don't know what I did or what happened or what, but I didn't. That I noticed. Again, I guess all I can do is wait until Monday, and then of course I'll tell them on Monday. They won't get me in for some sort of a test probably until end of the week is my guess. So I'll be suffering and dealing with this stuff for a while. Again, hopefully they'll let me get back if I don't even just do it on my own. So my wife says, if you're having symptoms anyway, then what difference does it make what you eat? Kind of want to follow the doctor's orders, but this liquid diet just is tough. So if it's just another day, okay. But if it was again, well, they can't get me in. Oh, continue to the liquid diet until we do your esophagram, and that we can't get you until Wednesday or Thursday or Friday or the following week. But they're going to find that there's nothing wrong, everything held, and then what? Then it again, is it the gallbladder? Is there something else they just haven't found yet? I don't know. I mean, they've done every test known to man that I know of. They did the CAT scan, they did an ultrasound, and they did a CAT scan for other reasons, but they've already done it. They've already done a CAT scan. Nothing was wrong. They even found an inguinal hernia, if that's how you pronounce it, inguinal hernia on the right side. So it's very small. I think it was like, was it a millimeter, or I'm not the metric, but it was metric system, United States. But they found a really, 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 really small hernia. So I in theory, my hiatal hernia is repaired. But now I have one hernia, an inguinal hernia. But anyway, they looked at my stomach and my other organs and stuff like that in CAT scan. Nothing wrong. No tumors or anything like that they saw. They haven't done anything from here up, the stomach up. They looked at my chest. I'm not the expert. And it's like, is there something in my chest? Is it an ENT and ear, nose, and throat thing too, or is that the primary issue? I don't know. I've been to an ENT before, and he did a horrible test that just made me want to retch and made me want to vomit. That was it in my nose, or he did something and he went down and he was looking and everything looked fine. But that was horrible. I don't want to do that again. But could have been worse. It wasn't that long. It was maybe call it. It seemed like it was 5 minutes, but it was probably between 30 seconds to 2 minutes he was there. Maybe at most 2 minutes, I think. But you're in that, and it's just so uncomfortable. It feels like an hour. It feels like 5 minutes, and it was really 30 seconds. So I don't know. I'm very frustrated because, and it's just why these symptoms are recurring and why are they worsening? Um, if I could just, if I could eat what I want to, then okay, it's like I was before surgery. Worse symptoms, but at least I could eat something. And the more I eat, the more it like pushes the stuff down. And the white tongue that I had, I wondered about that too. But it's not as bad as it was. I won't show. I don't know if anybody wants to see, but um, that's not like it was. I've been scraping and oral hygiene, brushing teeth, mouthwash, because that's what I thought initially. It's like, oh, the white tongue is causing causing the symptoms, and apparently not, because I'm doing the best I can, to clean my tongue off and scrape. But is there some other? Dr. Google says there's medications for that sort of stuff, but is it that bad? Would they even say, oh no, a dentist or a mouth doctor, would they even say that there's an issue with that? Excuse me. Anyway, I'm just talking nonsense because I don't know what to do, and they want them to start investigating and playing the what if game, and what if it's this, what if it's that, and start testing stuff. So me going off on a tangent, it's either that or they don't find anything, everything healed fine like it was, and it's something else, gallbladder, chest, stomach, white tongue, who knows? Again, for my deviated septum, does something go down my nose, my throat, and that's causing me to get water brash and nausea, and it's all up here. I don't know. Or the worst thing I think I would be able to hear is that, oh yeah, your TIF ripped, didn't hold, or if it was it'd be a disaster, but the hiatal hernia popped back up. The stitch didn't hold and it popped back up. And now the hernia is not 3 centimeters, which is what mine was, but now it's 5 or 4. And I don't know if they can even tell that from a esophagram, how big a hernia might be. So I don't know what I'm hoping for, to be honest with you, everybody. I hope that it's fixed and everything's holding, but then again, why am I having these symptoms? Then they're probably going to say, oh no, give it a couple more weeks. You're still healing. It might be another 2 to 4 to 6 to 8, which again would be demoralizing to continue, because maybe it was stupid of me, but I kind of went into this process that it was a 6-week process. I would move through stages of the diet. Day 15, I'd be able to get eggs and oatmeal and stuff like that, and I'd start to feel normal again because I didn't have to eat the slop. But then regressing back, but I signed up for a 6-week process, and it's not going that way. So again, maybe that was stupid thinking, but I was kind of thinking, oh, I can do that. I can do 6 weeks. I can do 14 days of a liquid diet. On day 15, I can progress, and I can eat the soft foods, and I'll be fine. But the fact that it's turned into, maybe it's longer than that. And because again, that's what they'll say is, if nothing's wrong, they're not going to start, oh, let's pull out your gallbladder. They're going to say, oh, you're healing. Everything looks good. Everything's fine. And just give it more time. But how much time? And they're going to say, well, typically 4 to 6 weeks. But they're always referring back to their books. That's what the books say. That's what all the literature says. But that's not what Frank might have to deal with. Do I have to deal with it again for another, on top of the 6 weeks I'm doing it, in the books, diet for 6 weeks, but then after that 6-week period, do I have to do it another 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 52? How long? And I know they're not going to know. So, man, this is frustrating. So, we'll see. I'll decide what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'll maybe post another video tomorrow, and tomorrow evening after I've had a full day of foods, whether I decide to go to the soft diet or if I just continue to do the liquid diet. Okay, and like I said, I want to follow what they're saying, but if it's not doing any good, then again, does it have to be more than let's call it 2 days? 4 meals I had yesterday that were liquid. In the morning, one in the morning was cottage cheese and peaches. So, that was not bad. It wasn't turkey and it wasn't eggs cottage cheese is pretty soft and not liquid, but and on I keep mentioning that diet books. The one, like I mentioned in previous videos, the one diet book says no cottage cheese for 15 days. The other diet book, I think it was like on day 3 you get cottage cheese. So it can't be that big of a deal. But again, the stricter one, which is a disaster, you know, go back to week 2, and that's the diet that the doctor wanted me to go to, is the liquid diet, the week 2 diet on his book, which is a very, very strict liquid diet for 2 weeks. So they said, "Oh, you weren't having any symptoms back then." I said, "Yes, I was. Yes, I was. But I thought it was, phlegm from the surgery. That sounds like it's common. I'm spitting up the yuck, phlegm. But now it almost, again, turned liquid instead of phlegm again." So, yeah. So, I'll see what I decide to do tomorrow. And, if I don't have any water, I haven't had water since I made this video. I feel fine right now. I feel like I have dry mouth. I want to drink something. I'm thirsty. But I don't want to go drink water. I don't. And I need to stay hydrated and so on. I'll go try that fruit juice again. But I need water. And I want water, but not when it tastes like soap. Best I can describe it. Sour, but disgusting. So we'll see what I decide to do tomorrow, and then I'll post tomorrow evening, more than likely, another video. And then I go back to the doctor, coincidentally, if it's my 1-month checkup, a 4-week checkup on Tuesday afternoon at 1:30. I'll see the nurse practitioner. I don't think that the surgeon will show up, is my guess. But and I schedule with her because I couldn't find him on there to schedule with. I think he probably just does surgeries, and she's the one that does all the seeing of the patients. Makes sense, whatever. So we'll see what she says on Tuesday too. So I'll probably do another video on Tuesday. Probably we'll do several in a row now, just because what am I doing with my diet? Sunday, tomorrow, and then Monday, Tuesday, and then we'll see after that on how I feel. And again, update on the medication that I'm going to start taking at some point. I got to get it first. So, wish me luck, everybody.